Adventures in Murfreesboro is produced in cooperation with Murfreesboro City Schools.
When you're with Murphy in the Burrow, it's one big adventure after another. When you're with Murphy in the Burrow, you can count on a whole lot of fun. Murph has lots of special friends you never know. Who'll be dropping in, come see what they're gonna tell us. See what they're gonna do. It could be artists with easels, builders with tools, inventors, creators, or kids from our school. Someone sharing story time, friends making music, or making words rhyme, having a good time. When you're with Murphy in the Burrow, it's one big adventure after another. When you're with Murphy in the Burrow, you can count on a whole lot of fun. You can count on a whole lot of fun.
Well, here we are. All the ghost and jack-o'-lanterns are put away.
That's right, and now we have pilgrims out. Halloween is definitely over.
Yeah, I don't even call it Halloween now.
You don't? What do you call it?
Well, instead of Halloween, I call it How to Wean. How to wean myself off candy.
Murph, where do you come up with these things?
It's a gift, dude.
Yeah, I think you should return it.
He's getting kind of, yeah.
I'm quick today, huh?
You
Yeah.
are quick today. Okay. Say, would you like to hear my new song?
I don't know. Would I?
Of course you would. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Hurry, turkeys, run away, run away. Thanksgiving Day is coming, Thanksgiving Day is coming. Run, yum, yum, yum.
What kind of song is that?
Oh, well, I call it a cautionary tale.
A cautionary tale?
Yeah, caution, to warn someone. I am warning the turkeys.
Well, you are definitely all about Thanksgiving, aren't you, Murph?
Oh, yeah. What else is there to think about in November?
What else? Murph, there's plenty to think about in November.
Like what?
Tell you what, let's look at the calendar.
Okay.
You got Election Day and Veterans Day. Oh, here's one you're going to like.
What?
November 12th is National Pizza Day.
National Pizza Day! Oh my goodness, let's take off work. That's awesome. Yeah.
There's also Universal Children's Day, World Kindness Day,
Yeah.
and Hello Day.
Hello Day.
That's what it says.
Well then.
Hello.
Okay. I guess you're right. There is a lot going on around here.
You're right, Murph. And Murfreesboro is such a great place to live. There's always fun things going on.
Yeah, that's true. Like we have a lot to be thankful for living right here.
That's right. Hey, remember when we went to the Boro Art Crawl a few weeks ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was so cool. I mean, except for the name.
What's wrong with the name?
The name? They should call it the Art Hop.
Murph. Let's show the folks at home.
Okay. Check it out, guys. Oh, hi, everybody. I am so excited. We are at the second anniversary Boro Art Crawl. Woo! And look who I ran into, Mr. Bill and Miss Rita Shacklin. Hey, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, you know what they say about art?
What?
It comes from the heart.
Amen! Murph, you're so smart.
Aw, thanks, dude. So what are y'all doing around here tonight?
We're just checking everything out. This is a beautiful night and a beautiful night to be out and seeing Murfreesboro and all the beautiful art that's in our community, and we're just really enjoying this.
Miss Rita, what do you think of all of this?
I love it because I'm doing some early Christmas shopping.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
buying anything for the Nomi?
Well, you'll just have to find out at Christmas time, won't you?
You got to be a good bunny, though.
Oh, yeah. I like carrots. Just take it.
Oh, okay, good.
Anything orange, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
Hey, be sure to come out once a month and check out the Art Crawl in where?
Murfreesboro!
Oh, hi everybody. I met another brand new friend on the Art Crawl. Her name is Miss Jenny. Hi, Miss Jenny.
Hi, Murph.
How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Tell me, are you an artist too?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about your medium.
I am a sculptural painter.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and
Wait a minute here. What is a sculptural painter?
a painter who combines painting and sculpture.
Oh, awesome. This is so fun. Thank you for coming out. Do you participate in most of the art crawls?
This is my second time.
Second time. I bet you want to come back now, don't you?
Of
I mean, now
course.
that you've met me, right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Okay, be sure to always check out the Boro Art Crawl. Yeah. Oh, that was fun to see, and we got to talk to Miss Rita and Mr. Bill Shacklet.
Yeah, they always support our community.
Oh, and I'm thankful for them, too.
Absolutely, Murph. So, what are you doing in school these days?
Letter writing. Oh, why do we have to learn to write letters? Can't we just text everybody?
No, Murph, letter writing is important. In fact, all writing is important. You have to be able to communicate effectively so that you can understand people and be understood, write stories, do business, all kinds of different things.
If you say so.
Murph, it sounds like you're having a little trouble. What kind of letter are you supposed to write?
It's called a thank you note.
Oh, a thank you note. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. After all, thank you notes are a lot shorter than a letter.
Yeah, we're having to write thank you notes because of Thanksgiving.
So how many do you have to write?
3, we have to pick 3 people that we want to thank and then write the letter. Or note, yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you show me what you're supposed to do?
You mean right now?
Right now.
Okay, well, over here are the directions. You see, first you have the greeting. That's sometimes called the salutation. Don't you like that word?
Salutation. I
Yeah.
like that. What's next?
Okay, and then you write about what you are thanking them for. Like, if it's a gift, you're supposed to mention what it is, and then you thank the person. And then you have your closing. That's where you sign your name and all.
Right. So what's the problem?
Well, what if what you are thanking someone for is not not an object like a video game or socks?
Oh, you mean a tangible object. Murph, things like video games and socks, things you can touch, are called tangible objects.
Right, but what if it's not like that? What if it's the opposite of tangible? What would that be called?
That would be called intangible. Intangible are things like friendship or kindness. Things that you can't hold or touch, but they are very real.
Oh, exactly. So how do you write about that in a thank you note?
Murph, you just say it or write it. Just make sure it's from the heart.
Oh, from the heart. Like art.
That's right, Murph. I tell you what, while you work on your notes, why don't we show them more about the Boro Art Crawl? Hop.
I like you, dude. Yeah, good idea. Take it away. So you are the one and only Miss K, teacher extraordinaire, right?
Right.
Right. Oh, she like that. Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to show us? A pinch pot. Show us. What's the first thing you would do?
Okay. You put your thumbs in the middle of the burnt round ball,
Uh-huh.
and you squeeze your thumbs in,
Squeeze
and you
your
go
thumb in.
round and round,
Round and round.
and we're going to make a little bowl.
Oh, look at that. It's already taking the shape of a bowl, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you are kind of pinching it, aren't you?
Yep.
That is awesome.
You have to get it kind of thin so it won't blow up in the kiln when we fire it.
So when you say fire it, what does that mean?
Well, we have to wait till it's bone dry and then put it in a kiln and fire it to about 1800 degrees to get all the moisture out of it so it'll be hard, and then we can glaze it.
Glaze it like donuts.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Glazed donuts, yeah. Oh, okay, so you gotta get it bone dry. How long does it take to get that clay bone dry?
Oh, this would sit out maybe a week or less than a week.
Yeah. I see you got some great animals here. Were they made out of clay?
Yes, they were. The same clay that I'm making the pinch pot out of.
Wow, did you make those?
Yes, I did.
That is so cool. There's a horse and another.
Oh,
Look.
a bunny rabbit.
It's my cousin. You day, cuz. Hey, cuz. How you doing down there, cuz?
So we have a bowl, and then if you want to, you can make some flowers or whatever you want and applique onto the bowl.
So Miss K, can you just take that stamp thing and push it down in the bowl to make a pretty design?
Oh yeah, we can make lots of pretty designs.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool.
You can do as many as you want.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's looking so nice.
We'll add some color after we fire it the first time, and it'll look even prettier
How do we add color?
by glazing it.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like a paint or glaze that you can put on clay, and when it's fired again, it turns a bright, pretty color like reds or blues or greens.
So it's a very special kind of paint just for pottery.
That's right.
Wow. Oh, thanks for showing us this, Miss K. I hope all the kids come in and get a chance to learn how to make a pinch pot. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Take care and be sure to check out everything at the Boro Art Crawls. Bye-bye.
That was so much fun, Murph.
Art from the heart.
That's right. So, how are your thank you notes coming?
I'm done. Oh, and thank you for helping me understand the difference between tangible and intangible.
Oh, you're welcome, Murph. And now, I've got a surprise for you.
You do? What is it?
Well, you like art, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And you have a favorite artist, don't you?
Yes, I do. I sure do. It's Mr. Norris Hall.
So, have you ever met him?
No, not yet.
Well, guess what, Murph?
What?
You're about to. Oh, I bet that's him now.
Mr. Hall, Mr. Hall's coming, Mr. Hall.
Hey, Mr. Hall. I'm John, and this is Murph, the star of the show.
Hello, Murph. Hi, John.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Are you Mr. Norris Hall?
I am.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you're right here in my little burrow.
Yes.
Oh, this is exciting. Should I call you Mr. Hall or Mr. Norris?
You don't need to call me Mr. You can just call me Norris.
Oh, yeah, we're tight. What brought you here?
Well, I had a job here.
Did you?
Yes, and I worked for a company for about 6 years here, and then I went on my own
Really?
as a freelance artist.
Oh my goodness. What does that mean, freelance?
I'm an independent artist. I work on my own, and people contract me out to do jobs for them.
Wow, wow. And so how long have you been doing that now?
I've been doing that, I can't believe I'm saying this, 30 years.
Whoa! That's the big 3-0, right?
The big 3-0.
Yeah. Hey, would you count to 30 with us by fives?
By fives,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, here we go. 5,
10,
15,
20,
25.
30.
Yay! So, have you been drawing all your life?
Well, I started drawing when I was very small.
Very small. How small?
Oh, probably about 4, 5, 6 years old, somewhere in there.
Oh, and so did you always like to draw?
I've always loved to draw, yes.
Wow. And did you have certain things that you like to draw?
Well, yes, I like to draw. I like to draw characters from comic books, like going way back, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh, Casper, yeah.
You know, all those comic books that I used to read as a child, I would try to copy them and draw those characters.
And then did you go on and study that when you went to college?
Yes, I majored in art at Austin Peay State University in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Whoa, okay. And then how did you get your first job in art?
Well, I started out, the first job I had was drawing caricatures on the street in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Whoa, well, you mean so that all the tourists could come and see your drawings of caricatures?
Right.
Let's tell everybody what a caricature is. It's not a carrot.
Carrot is
I
not
would like you to
not
use
a
the word
carrot.
Yeah.
A caricature is a cartoon exaggeration of a person. It kind of takes a person and makes them into a cartoon.
Right.
You would be very easy to do a caricature.
He's a character, all right.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. I know. I'm gonna talk to my producer about this. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Okay. So, and you got your first job doing that in Gatlinburg. Did people give you tips?
They paid for the caricatures, and then once I did caricatures for a while, then I started airbrushing T-shirts. Do you remember? You know what airbrushing T-shirts is?
No, not really, dude. No.
Oh well, it's there's a little tool called an airbrush. You hook it up to a compressor, it blows air through it, and then you paint with the air blowing paint out of the end and you paint on shirts.
Whoa, whoa.
I did that for years.
And then what happened? Tell us the next thing that happened in your career.
The next thing that happened, I was airbrushing T-shirts, and a man came up to me and he said, "How would you like to come and work for my company?"
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. And what did you say? I think you said yes.
I said, "Oh, let me think about it. Yes."
Yeah, I guess it wasn't a tuna factory or anything like that.
Yeah, right. It was he needed an artist for his company. They made all different products, and he needed an artist and somebody to handle all that stuff.
Right. And was that here in Tennessee too?
That was here in Tennessee, and I did that for 6 years.
Whoa. And then?
And then I went out on my own.
Oh, was it scary?
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah.
I started doing craft fairs, showing my work in craft fairs.
Right.
And I would basically show my art anywhere I could. And I got known like that. People started recognizing my work, and then they started calling, wanting me to do some stuff for them, and it kind of built slowly. It was a little rough in the beginning, though, I'll admit.
Yeah, a lot of macaroni and ramen noodles. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, but you stuck it out, and now look at you, right?
Right.
Tell us about some of the things you're proudest of.
Well, gosh, I think the most interesting job I ever had was I got a call from Disney.
Oh, Disney. You know, they need a new character called Murph. Yeah.
Yeah.
Murph. Hey,
I
guys.
forgot to mention that.
Yeah. Okay,
I should have, I
Yeah,
guess.
sure, should have. Okay, so Disney, and then what?
So Disney, they have a Disneyland over in Paris, France.
Oh, yeah. Mon bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous
Oui.
aujourd'hui? Yeah.
Oui. So they had a project that they wanted me to work on, so they flew me over there, and I stayed and worked at Disneyland Paris for a month.
Oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
Yeah, we built 3 24-foot sculptures that they installed in the park over there as a temporary exhibit.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun, very interesting.
So what kind of differences? How's it different in France than it is here?
Well, the first thing I noticed is they speak a different language.
Absolutely, yeah. They do speak a different language. They speak French.
Oui.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And what other differences did you notice?
Well, they work a little bit differently than we do. You know, they're a little more relaxed over there than we are as far as getting work. Yeah.
Yeah.
They take breaks and they take long leisurely lunches, that kind of thing.
Oh, I'm liking this all the better. Yeah. Okay. And so those are some of the differences. Were there other projects that you were excited about? I know you're excited about all your projects, but I mean, ones that jump into your mind right this second.
Well, I like working on books, but we're working on taking one of my characters and animating it, making a video.
Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, that is so exciting, Norris. But tell the kids about the books. What is it you do exactly for the books?
Well, an author or a publisher will get in touch with me and they'll ask me to illustrate the book.
And
a book.
illustrate means, tell the kids what that means.
I draw the pictures.
Whoa, isn't that cool? He's so cool. You're so cool. Okay. And how do you come up with your ideas?
That's the question that I get a lot. And for example, for the Maggie McNair series, the author wanted the main character Maggie to look like one of her daughters.
Oh.
So she sent me photos, and then I would draw little cartoon versions of her, and that's how that happened.
Right.
But as far as getting the other ideas, I don't know. They just come to me.
Do they come to you in the middle of the night?
They come to me all times.
All the time. What's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part of my job is making enough time.
Oh.
Having enough time to do everything I need to do and want to do.
So you stay pretty busy.
I do.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, and what is the easiest part of your job?
The easiest part is when I've finished a project and I get to look at it completed and breathe a big sigh of relief.
And we need to take that moment and appreciate when we've done a job well and accomplished something, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. What do you like to do in your free time? Not that you have much, but
In my free time, I like to play the drums.
play the drums.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite kind of stuff to watch on TV besides my show?
Well, yes, besides your show,
Uh-huh.
I still like to watch cartoons.
Do you really? Yeah. Do you have a favorite cartoon?
Well, I like the old classics, you know.
Like Bugs.
Right.
Yeah, he gets all the press. Yeah, okay. If you could meet anyone in history, who would you like to meet?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Really? Yeah.
He was something else.
Right. Oh, that's so cool. You know, I understand that when they started to restore his work, they found it was much more colorful than they thought.
Yes.
Almost like a comic book.
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
liked the bright colors like
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah. Me too. Dude, that's why I dyed my hair red.
Nice.
Just
Would that be a hair dye?
kidding. Who's paying you, dude? Okay, yeah. Let's talk about this. Good one, John. Okay. So, Norris, do you have like a studio somewhere with tons of paintbrushes and big canvases and all that? Or how's it all work?
Well, I don't have a studio like that. I used to, but I have moved into the digital world. My studio is now basically a desk and a computer. I do all my drawing and artwork on the computer.
Whoa! Oh, really? You can do art on a computer?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd like to see that.
Well, you need to come by the studio. Why don't you come along and we'll go check it out. I'll show you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, can we do that, John?
Sounds great, Murph.
Ooh, road trip. Okay. Next question. What was your favorite book when you were a child?
That was a Dr. Seuss book, The Cat in the Hat.
The Cat in the Hat. Oh, yeah. Tell us something about yourself that would surprise us.
I'm what they call a closet bass player. In other words, I play bass,
Oh.
but I don't play it like in front of anybody or anything.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
It's been so nice of you to stop by and visit with us here in the borough, and we can't wait to come by your studio.
All right.
Yeah, you know what we say around here?
What?
You the bunny.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
You the bunny.
Yeah, I'm the bunny too. Yeah, we the bunny.
You the bunny.
Thanks so much. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got to meet my art hero, Mr. Norris Hall. You are so cool.
You are awesome. That was great, Murph, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, are you ready to go visit his studio?
I can't believe we get to go visit his studio, but I know he said there's not going to be paintbrushes. I can't wait to see him
know,
work.
we'll have to see how he works.
I can't wait. Okay, hey guys, you come too. Oh, hey guys, I am so super duper excited because I am here with my friend Norris. Hi, Norris.
Hello.
And we are at his studio, and he's going to show us his process. Okay, so here we are. I am sitting at the desk of a great artist, and he's going to draw something. What are you going to draw, dude?
I'm going to draw a little firefly.
Fireflies.
Yes. All right.
Does it matter which pencil you use?
Not really. I just have this little mechanical pencil I keep right here on my desk.
Right. Do you have any tips for young artists?
Well, the first thing I think you would need to do is practice.
Practice with a P. Yeah.
Practice all the time.
All the time.
Every minute you can.
Every minute. Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
Oh, right. Okay. Any other tips?
Well, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't get discouraged.
Don't get discouraged.
Just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Keep doing. Oh, I like that. Whoa, dude. Oh, I like the way you can look at him from different angles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've got our sketch. Now, what comes next?
The next thing I do is I'll take my phone.
Your phone.
Yeah.
You're gonna call me, dude.
And I'm going to, and I'll take a picture of it.
All right.
All right.
Now we got the picture.
Got the picture.
You gonna post it on Facebook?
No.
No.
Through the magic of Wi-Fi and the internet, he shows up on my computer screen.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
And then I will fade him out a little bit. Then I pick up my pen and I start tracing him.
So you have your pattern right there.
Right. So Now,
This is so cool. Now, is that shadow above his lip, or this dude got a mustache?
that's a shadow indication.
Shadow indication. Okay.
Yes, that's to remind me that I want to put a shadow there
Okay.
on the finished product. So you can see I will trace around.
Wow. That looks so awesome.
Thank you. Let's zoom out a little bit. And we will kind of fast forward to the more of a finished product here. So that's kind of what it would look like when I. So now I've got the firefly in here, and the shadows that I indicated in the sketch, I'm going to add those in here by just darkening this area right here and darkening around this area here. I can also add shadows right around here in his belly. You can see that where it makes it look more round. And I can also add highlights to make it look even more puffy.
Oh, that's wonderful. So Norris, I'm just wondering here, could you tell us a few places around town that we might be able to see some of your work?
Well, sure.
Okay.
The Line Ball Library.
Oh, love the library. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Wild About Smiles Children's Dentistry. Has a lot of
Wonderful
stuff.
place to go.
And the Discovery Center.
Dynamite Discovery Center. Oh. And so did you do several things at the Discovery Center?
Yes, there's a forest scene there, and you might find it interesting because there's several hidden images that I've kind of tucked here and there.
Oh, hidden like little Easter eggs, all hidden.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so Norris, this is so cool. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, okay. And now let's add a sky. And the sky would probably look better with some stars in it.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
now we can make him light up
Like a real little firefly.
and really light up.
Wow.
And now we'll add a little row of trees at the bottom, and we have our finished firefly.
Oh, dude. This is so cool. Oh, wow. What you got in your hand down there?
Well, I have a few books that I've illustrated.
I thought you said a few, dude. That's a handful of
Well,
books
it's a
there.
handful of books I've illustrated, yes.
Oh, what are some of the names? Some of the
Oh,
titles?
this is about Maggie McNair. This one's Maggie McNair has spiders in her hair.
Woo!
And right here we have Maggie McNair wears stinky underwear.
Maggie has hygiene problems.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And Maggie McNair has sugar bugs in there. And this is about keeping your teeth clean, brushing your teeth.
Oh, that's awesome. And what's the other book?
Oh, this is one of the first books I ever illustrated. It's called The All Animal Band.
The All Animal Band. Oh, I
Yeah.
like the way that sounds. Dude, I gotta ask you.
Okay.
What's with all the fish?
I like fish. I like to draw fish. I think they're a lot of fun.
They just make you happy, don't they?
They do. They're a
And
lot
that's
of
what
fun.
they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Oh, Norris, it has been so fun visiting here with you in your awesome studio.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed your visit.
Oh, thanks, dude. All these colors and all these art pieces, they just make me happy.
Well, that's kind of what I do them for. To
Yeah.
do that.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Talk to you later. That was so awesome. I can't believe we got to see some of the things he's working on.
I know, that was incredible, wasn't it, Murph?
Yeah, you know what? I am so thankful for Mr. Norris Hall and all the artists out there that make our world a brighter, more beautiful place.
You're right, Murph. They do make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And speaking of being thankful, how are your notes coming?
Well, like I said, they're all done. Here they are.
Great. Let's read one.
Oh, I'm shy, man. I'm shy. I don't know. You gonna read it out loud?
I'll read it out loud. I will definitely read it out loud.
Okay.
Dear loyal fans,
Oh, yeah.
thank you so much for watching our show.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on all our wonderful adventures.
Yeah.
We hope you keep watching.
Oh, yeah. Tune in.
Always remember to dream big and work hard. And remember, you the bunny.
We
Love
love
Murph.
you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. 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 We love you. We love you here in the Borough. Remember to dream big and work hard, yeah, and all that good stuff. Okay, it's a wrap. I'm out of here. Where's my producer? Where's my director? I want my carrot juice. Come on. Oh, hey guys, come on. Who's the star around here? Would you like to peel me a great